From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
House Bill 105, which frees the Interior Energy Project from the constraints of relying solely on North Slope natural gas, is now law. Good evening, I'm Daryl Clark.
And I'm Stephanie Woodard. Alaska Governor Bill Walker signed the legislation into law at a bill signing ceremony held at today's Fairbanks Chamber of Commerce weekly luncheon. The bill allows geographic flexibility for the Alaska Industrial Development and Export Authority to direct over $300 million in low-interest loans, grants, and tax credits for infrastructure build-out. Walker credited the Interior delegation for their work in carrying his bill through a sometimes heated session. Since taking office, Walker has made clear his plans to bring Interior energy costs to a level playing field with South Central Alaska. He says HB 105 is a start to achieving that goal.
The most difficult step sometimes is the first step, and we've taken that. And so that creates a funding vehicle. Now we need to use the money wisely that's available and make sure we get the key is to get the cost of energy down in the interior. And the reason I say energy equality is because I'm a goal-oriented person. You know, measured things get done, and that's a goal I have.
Walker also announced that around midnight last night, he signed the FY 2016 state operating and capital budgets. The new fiscal year begins Wednesday. Now, Walker didn't give much detail on the proposed $5 billion operating budget, saying that close to $1 billion has been cut from last year's spending plan. He adds that the capital budget is very thin. Walker says his administration will look at adding some form of taxation in the near future, but that state spending needed to be cut before talking about taxing Alaskans.
You know, we feel we need to get the budget down before we reach out to Alaskans and ask them to contribute through various sources. We need to make sure our budget is as low as we can get it. So I'm hearing from all across the state of people that are upset about certain things that aren't open this summer and things aren't happening, and I feel badly about that. We're going to try to do what we can, but we need to bring the Alaskans together on the revenue opportunity as well.
Wildfires have burned over 1.5 million acres in Alaska. Fire officials say the Aggie Creek fire near Fairbanks is 7% contained, with firefighters able to control a good portion of the blaze today. Aggie Creek is 30 miles northwest of Fairbanks and is burning along the Elliott Highway. Lead Public Information Officer Dorothy Harvey with the Type 2 Incident Command Team says the fire did not grow much today thanks to cooler weather formations in the area. The 14,500-acre blaze currently threatens over 50 structures in a portion of the Alyeska Trans-Alaska Pipeline. 300 firefighters are continuing containment operations with no evacuations ordered as of news time. Harvey says drivers along the Elliott Highway are asked to slow down and watch out for fire personnel.
Each day it will grow, the containment will grow. We went several days with 0 containment, now we're up to 7%. It's slow, but it's defensible. I mean, it's not, when they're finished, they won't have to worry about it blowing up and starting all over again.
Over the next few days, we're supposed to get a drying trend and some wind activity, and so we're expecting a little bit more fire activity.
The Alaska State Fire Marshal is lifting a suspension on fireworks sales in the Fairbanks North Star Borough and other areas across the state. But the city of North Pole, where many of the area's fireworks are sold, has decided to keep a ban on the use and sale in place. All businesses in the Christmas-themed town are restricted from selling the explosive products that emit flames or heat. Employees from some of the companies say they will be returning to the city for the winter season. The use of fireworks in the city of Fairbanks is restricted all year round. North Pole Fire Chief Buddy Lane says a reduction in the level of fire danger enacted state regulations to lift the ban, but the risk of igniting a blaze is still very high.
So yesterday in these areas, the fire condition went from extreme to high, so they had to lift their by regulation. The city of North Pole has decided that conditions are still bad throughout the state. There's over 300 fires burning in the state. Several of them are local fires. Between now and the weekend, the weather's supposed to get back to 80 degrees. So rather than do the open close thing, we're just going to keep it closed.
All right, when we come back, a burglar tried to rob the ice cream parlor at Pioneer Park, but security guards were able to foil his robbery.
Also in our weekly health report, we'll tell you how studies show that children and pets are a great matchup to keep the kids happy and healthy. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Fairbanks police say they are continuing their investigation of a shooting that occurred at a local bar early this week. 3 people were injured, 1 seriously in the shootout at Club Manchu. Although authorities declined to release the names of those involved because they haven't been formally charged, witnesses on scene have begun to speak out. According to eyewitnesses, Jamal Trueheart entered the bar and brandished a gun. Ramal Rayson reportedly drew a gun and fired at Trueheart when he saw the weapon. A bystander and a bar worker were both reportedly injured in the shooting, one saved by a crucifix around his neck. Police did confirm they have forwarded the case to the district attorney's office to determine what charges will be filed.
A 38-year-old Tok man has been charged with 2 counts of attempted murder after troopers say he shot at a motorist from his vehicle. Benjamin McMurray pleaded not guilty to an upgraded 2 counts of attempted murder as well as 10 other charges. According to a trooper release, McMurray chased the unidentified victim who was trying to escape in a vehicle and fired multiple shots into the car. After being shot at with a handgun, the victim was able to return fire with a rifle, which caused McMurray to stop and flee. McMurray later contacted state troopers to report he had been shot in the arm and was treated at a clinic in Tok. A trial for McMurray is currently set for September.
A Healy man currently being held on $50,000 bail pleaded not guilty to sexually abusing a minor this afternoon. 57-year-old Michael Douglas Lowe was indicted by a Fairbanks grand jury on 3 charges of the sexual abuse of an unidentified victim. Now, not many details were made available, but according to the indictment, the abuse occurred in February 2011 to a victim who was under the age of 13. A trial for his case is scheduled for September.
2 men are facing felony charges in U.S. District Court after authorities say they seized over 8 pounds of methamphetamines and thousands of dollars. Robert Michael Curry and Matthew Paul Lugan, both of Fairbanks, are charged with possession of drugs with the intent to distribute. The arrest followed an investigation by the Federal Drug Enforcement Unit after the owner of Oxford Assaying and Refining, that's a local gold buying office, found a safe with the drugs and money inside.
An Anchorage man is facing felony charges after authorities say he assaulted security guards and burglarized a vendor shop at Pioneer Park. 27-year-old Michael Hernandez is charged with a first-degree burglary and assault. According to court documents, Hernandez burglarized the Gold Rush ice cream parlor and later broke the responding security guard's finger while trying to get away. The guard on duty says he noticed a panel to the door had been broken in the shop's back entrance and spotted Hernandez dropping the cash register. Now, after he fled, a police K-9 unit was able to track him to a nearby area and he was taken into custody. The damage to the shop at Pioneer Park was estimated to be more than $750.
Well, unfortunately, during the summer season, we do see some vandalism here at Pioneer Park. Typically, it's more teenage kids, graffiti, those type of things. We have had some break-ins over the years as well. We do have a security force here that guards Gold Rush Town during the summer season, as well as another guard that walks around the remainder of the park. But fortunately, it is a large park, and in this case, we were lucky the individual was caught.
Kids and pets usually play well together. In this week's health report, Monty Bowen looks at ways those animals can help children even more.
What child can resist a cute, cuddly, furry friend? Whether it's your own pet, a neighbor's pet, or a therapy dog, kids respond well to animals. Dr. Kristen Eastman is a child psychologist. She says interacting with a friendly animal can be pretty powerful.
Animals in general seem to lower the stress response for kids and adults alike. We know that it lowers the heart rate, it lowers blood pressure, it seems to promote relaxation for many people.
For kids who may be shy, the non-threatening nature of a small animal encourages socialization. A child may be intimidated to talk to a person, but find it easier to hone social skills by talking to a puppy or a kitten.
To give them an opportunity to have that that cause and effect in their social behavior and see the impact of what they do and how that elicits a response in the animal.
Recent research shows animals may act as social buffers and ease anxiety for kids with autism. Another study finds children with psychiatric conditions are more social in therapy sessions when a dog is present. Dr. Eastman has also seen kids with speech and language difficulties, intense fears, and aggressive behavior benefit from animal interaction. She says even teaching a dog a trick can help instill confidence in a child.
To give them that chance to see that I can do this, and it elicits a positive response from somebody, so maybe I can do more and more and more, and we just keep building the goals from there.
While there are many benefits to interacting with animals, Eastman finds that an animal that a child is already comfortable with works best. This is Monty Bowen reporting.
The Health Report is brought to you by the Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic, located in the Medical Dental Arts Building, and by Interior Women's Health, located on 1626 30th Avenue.
I don't know about you, but I love both of my dogs and my cat.
Yeah, got one of each.
True. All right, well, Joe Cook is not a dog, but he's up next with sports and has highlights from the State Junior Golf Open. I couldn't help myself.
This is all about dogs. Also find out who signed up for next year's Iditarod and more after the break. Welcome back, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here with your local Tuesday Sportscast. Today at the Fairbanks Golf Course was the final day of the Alaska Junior Golf Association's State Junior Open. About 20 skilled junior golfers from all over the state competed for titles in 6 age divisions in the second major of the summer. Some on and off light rain showers made for interesting play on the greens, but Tyler Young out of Anchorage, he wins the men's 16 through 18 age division title with a total score of 177. Kennedy George Silva was second with a 203, and Dylan Campbell was third overall with a 220. Wyatt Ellis was the boys' 10 through 12 division winner, and Jace Rogers is this year's 9 and under champion. For the girls, Jordan Johnson won the 11 through 13 age division title, and Jordan Savage played unopposed in the girls' 14 through 18 division. Savage, 17, she came up from Lake Havasu, Arizona for the summer. Yes, they were nay-naying right there on the golf course. And the boys' 13 to 15 division, Chugas Jack Newell repeats as champion. He won with a 169 score after 2 days of golfing. The 15-year-old is headed to North Carolina tomorrow to compete in the North and South Junior Championship at Pinehurst. He says he corrected some things to ensure a repeat in Fairbanks.
This year I felt like I'd really tuned in my swing because last year I had a little bit of kinks, but I've been working with my coach Travis Jorgensen to work out those kinks. I'm feeling a lot better about it, so I felt like that was a big part of how being able to win again. I mean, not very many times can you repeat a tournament, and doing one, repeating is just enjoyable.
I didn't think the greens would be this fast and nice, so I was up for a challenge and they were hard. This was similar to some of the Anchorage courses. I mean, the greens were firm, they were nice, and Palmer's really similar to this. Really open, not a lot of trees, and it just felt good to play a course like it was in Anchorage.
And it was a rough night for the Alaska Gold Panthers on Monday night. Alaska took on the Peninsula Oilers in a doubleheader. The Oilers, they held on for a 3-2 win in Game 1. The Oilers, they would carry the momentum over into the nightcap in Game 2 after 2 scoreless innings. The Oilers, they ripped off 5 runs at the top of the third on 5 hits. Jim Galuski broke the seal with a triple that drove in 2 runs for the Oilers. Then Ted Boakey, he will follow up with an RBI single. He went 3 for 5 with 2 ribbies, and Brian Room, he brought him home as well. He had a 2 for 4 night with an RBI. Alaska couldn't get out of the Oilers' straitjacket defense to get on the board. 3 Oilers pitchers combined for a 5-hit shutout. Josh Melendez led the way with 3 Ks in 5 scoreless innings. Alaska's 3 arms gave up 7 earned and 12 hits. The Oilers win Game 2 9-0 to sweep Monday's doubleheader. With the win, the Oilers are tops in the American League with a 6-5 mark, while Alaska falls to a ABL worst 2-7 record and 6-9 overall.
It's awesome. I mean, it's the best feeling, especially when we lost the first game of the series, so hopefully we can keep rolling tomorrow and the next day. The key to our game is really just our offense. Once our offense gets rolling, it's pretty easy because we got some good pitches and they fill up the zone a lot. So, I mean, once our offense rolls, we roll. And it's just about going up with an approach, especially against these pitchers. I mean, they're college guys, they're good guys, and if we sit on one pitch most of the time, we'll get one, and you got to hit that one. So that's what I tried to do today, and it worked out well for me.
And next March will be the 44th edition of the Iditarod. This past Saturday, over 60 mushers signed up for the Super Bowl of dog mushing. 37 mushers came out to Wasilla to formally enter the race. Another 25, they signed up by mail to make 62 entries on the first day of signups. 3-time winner Dallas Seavey returns, aiming to win 3 straight Iditarods. The last person to do that was Lance Mackey of Fairbanks back in 2009. Seavey has won the Iditarod since 2012. 8 different teams are from 3 different countries. Mushers from 8 different states also signed up. 10 rookies registered for the Iditarod on the first day as well. Other usual suspects out of the 62 entries were Brent Sass, Jeff King, Martin Boozer, Mitch Seavey, Robert Sorley, and Dee Dee Johnroe. Now, Johnroe was among the first to sign up for next year's race despite losing her home in the Sockeye wildfire. Johnroe was able to save 52 of her dogs. She, along with 4 other mushers, were affected by the Sockeye wildfire. Mushers have until December 1st to sign up. The 44th Iditarod is slated to begin
begin on Saturday, March 5th, 2016 at the ceremonial start in downtown Anchorage. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Mike Schultz is up next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome back into a Tuesday night edition of the Fbx Evening News. Mike Schultz with you once again talking about the weather, and a little rain overnight helped firefighters, I'm sure, quite a bit, and it also helped wet things down a little bit here. We're looking at still hot temperatures this weekend. We'll tell you about that in just a little bit, and also looking at a little more rain before we get to that weekend forecast. Today's picture is a very nice one. Speaking of rain, look at the beautiful rainbow that was captured by Dorothy Loiza, and you can see here somewhere over the rainbow is a nice way to caption that. Actually a double rainbow. You can see the other rainbow up there. That's pretty good. And again, as always, if you have a photograph to share, well, be sure and send it to photos@ktvf11.com, and we will share it with the rest of the audience. Your numbers, 70 degrees after a low last night at 51. The record high, 89. That was set in 1991. The record low, 33 in 1918. Sunrise and sunset, about 21 hours and 31 minutes of daylight, a loss of 4 minutes from yesterday. On our satellite and radar, again, you can see circulation around, bringing moisture across the Anchorage Bowl, and a few showers and isolated thunderstorms developing across the interior. And we'll take a look as we zoom in on the radar and show you there are still around the Fairbanks area, but for the most part, they're always to the north and to the south, and Fairbanks is just about free of any cloud cover, just in high clouds. That's about it. What's going on across the rest of the state? Well, we're looking at not too bad temperatures over southeast Alaska, cloudy skies at Juneau, some showers around the Anchorage Bowl, 65 there. Also, once again, more showers at Kodiak, 57, but sunshine at Cold Bay and 57 degrees. Not a bad day in Bethel, 65. Chilly once again in Nome, 44, even cooler than it is in Barrow, where it's 47 degrees today, and Fort Yukon, 66, lots of sunshine. Lower 48 weather tonight. Once again, the hot temperatures continue. 101 degrees in Salt Lake City. Boise, over 100 degrees today. Denver, 94. 112 in Las Vegas. And even Seattle, 87 degrees. Another hot day in Dallas. Not too bad in Minneapolis. Not too much storminess going on. That's good news, I guess, because the fire danger is all out to the west. Thunderstorms across the Gulf Coast states and over the New York area, a little bit of thunderstorm activity there too. On the satellite and radar, you can see again the circulation around this high pressure sitting right about there. Normally high pressure doesn't have a lot of moisture with it, but it's pulling it up from Mexico, helping to produce those afternoon thunderstorms, which are dry thunderstorms, which means more fire problems going on. And as far as the overall heat persisting tomorrow, 10 to 20 degrees above normal temperatures tomorrow. So many areas will be looking at, once again, 100-degree plus temperatures, and that doesn't help the firefighters battling fires there. The overall outlook is, once again, looking at the jet stream to remain well to the north and then driving down across the Great Lakes, bringing some moisture up there. But the hot temperatures will continue out to the west. All right, back to Alaska for tomorrow, I should say. The scattered showers expected for Barrow and Nome. Areas of smoke and afternoon thunderstorms are possible in the Fort Yukon region. Here in the interior, well, it looks like for the most part, region-wide, mostly cloudy skies with areas of smoke. Showers or thunderstorms are possible in the afternoon, so a little mixed bag of weather there. Over southeast Alaska, looking at a chance of rain for Juneau and decreasing clouds for Ketchikan, while over to the southwest part of the state, variable clouds for Cold Bay, scattered showers for Kodiak, and showers or thunderstorms with even some areas of smoke in the Bethel region. And down around the Anchorage Bowl, once again a wet forecast, isolated showers for Anchorage, rain for Valdez, and scattered showers for Homer. Our forecast for the remainder of the night, once again we got to kick in the opportunity for some more isolated showers possible. Overnight lows close to 60 degrees. Tomorrow's forecast, not quite as warm as we were expecting, 71 degrees with more showers likely. And the extended forecast, more showers on Thursday. Then things look really good heading into the weekend. As I said, temperatures once again warming up to the low 80s right on through Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So great for all the outdoor activities, but also very dangerous once again as temperatures will dry things out and make us really in a wildfire danger situation. As if we don't need more, right?
That's right. It's been an odd summer for that, you know. 1 week on, 1 week off, and then intermittent right now.
And the firefighters are doing a good job. Good.
Oh, absolutely.
Tip of the hat to them there.
All of them, the Alaskan crews and all the guys from the lower 48.
True.
All right, thanks, Mike. That will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
Well, tonight on NBC Nightly News, another Republican throws his hat into the ring today to run as a presidential candidate in 2016. That's up next with Lester Holt.
You can join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webster11.com.
All right, from all of us here at the News Center, have a good night.
Night.